Well, folks, you haven't really seen me do a review in quite some time now. The Ice Emperor's been busy. Very busy. Plus, I needed some time to have that ghetto cam thing boiled over. And very well, it did. So, with some certain updates, there was actually supposed to be a review before this one that I haven't released yet, or hopefully when I'm recording this I have released it prior, but I was actually supposed to be doing a review on Super Monkey Ball. The first one for the GameCube, but because of editing issues, it's gonna take some time. And you thought Ghetto Cam was tough to edit. By the way, it seems a pretty decent reviews. It's not that bad so far, so hopefully it gets more over time. You guys are probably wondering why my hat is blue. It was white before. If you haven't seen it, it's sorta bluish now. I'll just say the reason why it's blue now is classified, but in my opinion, it looks better. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it looks better? Do you guys think it looks worse? Do you guys think I should change it back to white? Or do you guys think that blue is rad? You gotta remember, I'm the Ice Emperor here. I'm going for blue. But I want some opinions. Alright, so well, before I get on with it, there's also something that you are about to see that is brand new. Being that when I record this video, this channel's new. This channel is very, very new. So there's still some stuff that I still need to work on, like editing thumbnails for the videos. As you guys have seen, I mean, first appearances are almost everything right there, so I gotta work on that. But here's something I want you to check out. It's my intro video to the channel. Take a listen. Now, all my videos would just start up like that. Do you guys like it? Do you guys think I should change anything about it? I mean, in my opinion, it's pretty good. And it didn't take that long either, only a couple days. But let's get on with the real reason why I'm making this video. I'm doing a review. This time, it's another Sonic game. That's a surprise, actually. I've done a lot of Sonic games, I've realized that. I'm not some kind of Omega Sonic, well actually I kinda am, but there are games that I like more than that, like Pokemon and stuff. But you'll be seeing a lot of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire battles soon. I still have to upload some other videos of the other episodes. Again, editing issues, maintenance with every application that I use. So it's going to take some time for me to get all of that stuff done. Probably I wouldn't expect the next episode to show up anytime soon. Maybe in a couple weeks or so. But today, you're in for a treat. In my opinion, the game I am about to review today is probably one of my favorite Sonic games in the history of Sonic. And it's known as Sonic CD. Best Sonic game I have ever played in my life. Well, why am I sitting here talking? Let's see what you think of this game. Now, this is on Sonic Gems Collection. This is that version. But here it is. Sonic CD. Listen to that. So wonderful. Now I'm gonna do Time Attack because... Or do I have to continue? No. Well, either way. Sonic CD was a Sonic game released for the Sega CD, I think around 1993. And I'm really failing at this. Or it's been some time since I've played this, but very good game. And it's one of the first Sonic games where, unfortunately, I was not able to really display a function where you can actually do this. Now, I'm not going to get into much detail with this, but, you can actually travel into the past and the future. Which I failed to do. Now listen to this. Let me get my volume up a bit. That way you can hear it better. Not too much. Now for any of you Genesis players that have never seen the Sonic CD, yeah, the Sega CD was a pretty nice add-on. I mean, the music is just fantastic. Though, to be honest, I'm not very fond of this track. But that's just me. I'm not into the, palm tree type. It's too tropical, too happy. Let's go to something a bit better. Which is what I would really do right now if let's try to get to the future. And I failed. But what would happen is if you were to go into the future without destroying some kind of generator from the past, what you would get is a very bad future where this place would just looked all polluted and torn apart. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Now, here we go. Here's the boss. See, say hello to the bad future. If you don't destroy the two generators from the past, in the first two, this is what you'll get. Wow. That wasn't a good idea. And neither was that. Alright, well then, let's get to the boss. Listen to that music. Now, even though this is one of my favorite Sonic games, there is one thing that I never liked about it. Look at the bosses! That's the boss. Oh, and believe me, if you thought that looked easy, they get even easier. Sort of what a generator looks like. The bosses just get easier and easier and easier. It's ridiculous. Now, before I move on, I must say, when it comes to stages, my favorite stage actually depends on the soundtrack that you're hearing. In the Japanese version, it is Collision Chaos Zone. And especially with overall look, it's one of the best zones. The American version has to be Wacky Workbench. That's one of the best zone themes I've ever heard of a zone in a classic Sonic game ever. And so is the Japanese for this. There's Amy. For one, look at this. Let me pause it for a moment. Do you see the lights? I have an entire series of artwork based on this zone in general. The way the whole place is just lit up with these neon gibberish signs just fascinates me. And this zone is actually quite a good one for the future type stuff. Oh, this is the speed up? I haven't heard this before. Oh, that would have been nice. That would have been a good way to get to the future. Now, I've never heard the speed up theme for the American version. It's not that bad, is it? Oh, jeez. The one thing that I'm not too fond of with this level is the fact that there's pinballs everywhere. And for one, I still have to show you guys how the ceiling is, but just stop and look at these lights. I based an entire artwork series on this stuff. Gibberish. Alright, did you see... Look at this, real quick. Do you notice that the same sort of lighting is the same thing on the top? Meaning that there is a city on the bottom of the stage, and there's a city on the top of the stage, like some kind of warped gravity. I mean, you should notice that, yeah, the circles are definitely city lights. I mean, to conclude this, this is a very, very strange place. I mean, warped dimensions, gibberish writings. Let me tell you something. If that's not screwed up, I don't know what is. It's fun, though. Especially this, and for one thing for sure, if you like bouncing around like a pinball, this zone is for you. Now, I'm usually pretty good at this. I haven't played this game in a while, but then again, you're talking to somebody who grew up with Casino Night Zone. Wow, wonderful. I made it through this way. See, I like to get through these zones a bit more impatiently than I should. There is one thing that I don't like about the soundtrack of this game, though. The music doesn't really... The sound effects are good, too, but the one thing that I don't like is the soundtrack warps. Or, it doesn't warp, actually, no. It just stops, and then they repeat the same soundtrack. Wonderful. Just bouncing in like a pinball in the place. So much fun. Look at the water, too. The water animation's pretty nice. So far we got really good music that is far advanced than anything the Sega Genesis can muster. Graphics, to be honest, are kind of the same. There's nothing here that's really different. The sound effects are definitely a lot cooler, I guess. A lot more advanced. I know, the music is a lot more advanced, but, yeah, it's very good. I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna show you some stuff when I get back, because there are certainly some interesting stuff. But while we wait, I'm gonna play kind of a sample of the Japanese version of the Zone, and you can kind of see why I would think it's just an amazing theme. Okay, so this is on the media player of my phone, so if it sounds rather low quality, you'll know why. But, here's a little sample of the Japanese theme for Collision Chaos Zone. Oh, that's the wrong theme. Never mind. Let me get the good theme. Alright. Here it is. A bit more upbeat than the last theme. Just picture the neon lights flashing through your head while you listen to this. Yeah. In all honesty, one of the best themes I've ever seen in a Sonic game. Collision Chaos Zone. Very upbeat. It has a very retro-ish sound to it. It sounds very 90s, which I really admire. And it's quite... Yeah, it's a lot different than what you heard in the American one, which sound very alien-like and very interesting. Speaking of very alien-like and interesting music's on here, did you hear the music for the boss? I mean, the Japanese one, I can't help but laughing, but in the American version, because, yeah, Japanese and Europe get a completely separate soundtrack than we do. I think this was one of the only games that they did that for. I'm not sure why. I actually find it a good idea and a dumb idea at the same time. But if you want better sound quality for the Japanese version, just look up Collision Chaos Zone Japanese version or something like that. There's definitely going to be a lot of videos on it. I definitely recommend checking them out. That's kind of where I got that from, so just Google it or look it up on YouTube. It's very good stuff. Now I'm going to show you another one of my favorite zones. Wacky Workbench. Well, here we finally made it to time test. It's definitely going to make things a lot easier on my part. Why it's not taking me anywhere is not really helping me at all. Glitchy controller, I guess? I have no clue why it's doing this. Save games, maybe? What did I just do? Will it actually take me somewhere? Yes, it would. Alright, so there's title Tempest Zone, or Tempest. Pardon my improper grammar there. The American version certainly has better music for this, but, overall I don't like the zone for one reason, and one reason only. It's underwater. I hate underwater zones. I just hate them. All timed and everything. Quartz Quadrants. I don't really like the Japanese version of this, but the American one is pretty cool. Both are okay. We'll get to that. That is one of the best zones in the American version. Or you know what? Let's do this now. Are you guys ready for this? Alrighty, Zone 1. You're gonna hear some really good music. I'll turn it up for you. Listen to this. So, look at this. Right? I love it. I love that! Oh, this song is so amazing. Best idea ever! Not to mention that you can get frozen in this level. I like doing that for fun, I don't know why. Yeah, look at that! It hurts you, but it's fun! Listen to how industrial... Look at this! Parts of the stage electrocute you, for goodness sake. Oh, second, they're genius ideas. Just look at this floor. That electricity that can hurt you. I want you to just like take a minute, just listen to this music. And the random buzzing sounds when the floor lights up. Best part of the song. Love that. I think we're good for now. Such a very 90s theme. I mean, very industrial and downright amazing. Yeah, we'll just put down you, because that's how I roll. The name you. Let's take a look at the boss. And the bad future. Not as good as the present, but just listen to this. Didn't even play the sound. Oh yeah. And the sound effect for the bounce panels is amazing. The Sega CD has certainly outdone themselves with this. And the soundtrack, I can't get over the soundtrack. This, we're going down. Now listen to this part of the soundtrack, because this is the best part. Listen. Oh, now I remember this boss. Yeah, this is practically what you'll see. Get him. Oh, now you got the spikes. Boss music though is rather good. His angry face. Super angry. And we're back to that good music. Not for long though. Down. I mean, you can see why that zone is just so amazing. I can't get over how amazing this game is. I really can't. Alrighty. So, the other two zones are Stardust Speedway and Metallic Madness. Metallic Madness is just madness for me to complete, so I'm not gonna do it, because it's gonna take forever. I could probably do a Rage series on it or something. I just hate that zone so much. Now, Stardust Speedway, another good soundtrack for the American zone. Listen to this. Look at this. Look at the city lights just come out of the random sky, I guess. Definitely a different change of pace. But this level's also very, very, very confusing. You can see why, and we actually do have to go backwards at certain points. Which can make this level very new to some people. And then you have this kind of moment here where it's like, oh, we've already been here. Yeah, we've already been here like millions of times already. Take us somewhere new. Is it really gonna get me stuck on this? Oh, yeah. Now it seems that we're heading somewhere. bit more on the new side. Yeah, there we go. And like I say before, the soundtrack is really good. Oh, and the invincibility too. I gotta show you that. If I can get up there. Give me a minute. So that way you get to hear the invincibility. Or not. By the way, the Japanese one is so much cheap. And you can flip these random, oh, that's how you do it. Random Powerball-like looking switches here. Oh, I kind of get it. I actually didn't really know how to use those before. Now, apparently I do. Pretty interesting. Now I'm gonna exit for now, so that way I can kind of show you. And look at the way this is designed. Look at the stars. It's like Starlight Zone on acid. I got that from other sources. Alright, now I'm gonna show you Act 3, which I'm probably gonna die, but it's very popular. It's one of the most popular scenes in Sonic CD. And probably in classic Sonic's life. Yeah. Does this look familiar to you at all? If you've played Sonic Generations, it should. Ooh, that did not end. This was Metal Sonic's first game. Same with Amy. Yeah, he just does his thing. My last ring. Fine, I'll find another ring if you... Oh! Yeah, that's Metal Sonic for you. However, if you know, I mean, it all ends the same. The final boss is extremely easy. I mean, all he really is just... I don't even know, 4 boxes. Final boss music sounds the exact same as the boss music too. It's actually even creepier. But yeah, this is my review on this game, and I probably find it to be one of the best Sonic games I've ever played in my life. So I'm definitely thinking, if you have a GameCube, I'd get and if you thought this game was pretty nice, Sonic Gems Collection includes this game along with Sonic the Fighters and Sonic R, which we all want to play it for this, not Sonic R. Sonic the Fighters is a good game. I'll review that some other time though. But you own a Sega CD? This game is definitely something that you should get. This is Pure Master here saying, keep it chill, folks. And I will see you in the next video. Who knows, maybe it might be another Ghetto Cam. Just stay tuned.